and welcome at my solo podcast from Studio Rumah Manis. I'm Jorinde, and in this podcast I will share my experience, my thoughts, my vision and my philosophy about life on earth. I will share my experience during my yoga practicing, my sound healing, guiding in Amsterdam, and everything that came through to me and everything where I'm going through in my personal journey. I hope I can inspire you and hopefully to share our stories together. Enjoy listening and stay sparklish. Hello everyone, welcome back at my solo podcast from Studio Rumah Manis. It's been a while. Yeah, the first podcast episode I record I think at the end of December 2024 or January 2025, and it took me 6 months to record a second episode. There we are now. So let's have a chit chat and updates, not a regular update but also with the deeper meaning of situations that happened with me in the first half year of 2025, with my perspective and feeling why I'm thinking and feeling this needs to happen with me, to actually go deeper, connecting deeper with my heart and my soul path. And that is what I'm following now, more my soul path. Well, actually in the past I already did, but now I think now it's more deeper, and I was also feeling it before, but my thought and my mind, it's more still than before. So that is the difference. Leave everything we experience during our life path on planet, it's guided. You can call it God or the universe, but it is guided. And everything you meet, of everyone you meet, every situation that cross your path, every comfort and every discomfort, it has to be there to give you something to learn, something to become aware of, or to love. So this first half year it was challenging. Before the start of January I actually also made a vision board for myself, and it's very, I don't want to say scary, but a big thing happened to me in April, so 3 months ago, and it's really connecting with something that I write with letters on it, and it's also very connecting with the first episode solo podcast I record and upload, and that podcast calls Purifying. Well, I thought I already got the most intense purifying ever, with a lot of time, nights that I waking up with so much belly pain, throw ups, being on the toilets, and waking up the next morning and everything was gone. I think that was the highest you can go. But last April 16 on Tuesday evening, be in my bed when I want to sleep, I feel belly pain. But I was thinking that evening I had a very nice sport class, and in that class the trainer told us, it was a group class, we did the abs, and he was motivated, let it burn. It's very crazy, but that line I remember so good. So then I came home after sports, and then I got my dinner, and then got my shower, then I was in bed and I was in belly pain. So I was thinking it's from the abs because I let it burn. And I had the dinner after, so I thought maybe it was too much or something. But the pain stays. And I was thinking tomorrow when I'm waking up it will be gone. No, I waking up hours earlier than I had planned. I woke up in the middle of the night. Yes, around 2 a.m. I wake up from very intense pain. I know I had a lot of pain, but the memories, they're a little bit gone. But it was a pain that I cannot describe. And it was a pain that continued. So, and during the night, I was trying to go to the toilet and throw up. I had 1 or 2 small throw ups, but not very helping. And the pain took over. Yeah, I really need to let go of control. And control was the whole subject of this medical journey. So the next morning, I didn't sleep anymore. So I was still awake when my alarm goes off around 6 o'clock because I had a lot of plans that day on Wednesday because I had my day off. So I was thinking maybe I need to stand up, move, and cleaning the bathroom. But cleaning the bathroom, it was a very, very long and big project. After doing something, I really need to step in my bed to pause. And I do that for 10, maybe 20 times until the bathroom and the toilet was finished. But the rest of the house, of my part of the house, I couldn't clean anymore. So I was in the bed and then I think fell in sleep, sort of. And then later waking up, got my shower, and I was still thinking it will be gone. Now at the end, long story short, actually, I had on Wednesday evening at 10:30, around 10 p.m. I was in the hospital and got my first surgery ever. And that's the thing, you really need to go of control. You need to have trust in other people to taking care of you. And that was a very, very, very intense thing. Now, actually, all the people in the hospital, they were so nice and so kind and so sweet. But that was the first subject, the first sign for me. All right, I have to let go. I need to surrender in everything that happened. And also during the pain in the afternoon when I was in the hospital, I was in so much pain. And then I told myself, because I couldn't do anything, I really need to wait for all the research and the checks and things like that, and waiting for painkillers. I was in so much pain, and then I told myself, you cannot do anything, so surrender and accept. So, and then it was a bit softer. So, but I can go through it when I was accepting the pain and losing let go of the control in a way. Alright, so I got my surgery, my first ever surgery. So I was in the anesthesia, the English word. I was in the medical sleep, of course. And that was my biggest fear, that other people will control my sleep. Yes. But when I wake up, I was very happy, got an ice lolly. The next day, I'm coming home back, and then the recovery starts. It took me longer than Google say, of course. I think 8 till 10 weeks. Now, actually, after 10 weeks, I was able to do my first sport class, so it took longer than 6 weeks. But that's fine. But in that recovery period, I was going through a lot. Yes. So first the subject, the control, let go of control. With everything that I said, let go of that other people taking care of me, or about my health and the medical sleep. And so that was part one. Just let go of control and just surrender. And then during the recovery, I was really struggling. I was still a little bit struggling of let go and surrender in everything that's happening in the moment then. So that was a struggle, because before I had this appendicitis removal, I had already plans for the rest of the year, and all the plans are deleted. So and I was counting in my head, and I'm done with the recovery, then I can do this, that, etc. But yeah, everything was deleted. So I have also let go of that control of my plans. I will take a sip of tea. Do you have tea for yourself as well? Alright, let go of control and surrender in the moment. And then I didn't work for 2 weeks because I was still very tired, and also recovering from the medical sleep, the anesthesia. It was very intense for me. And then I heard my part-time contract will be smaller. And then I was thinking, oh no, what to do? Then I need to find an extra job, etc. I was okay with it, but it was in my mind there wasn't panic. No, not a panic. Panic isn't too big word, but it was. There was a little storm in my head. I was thinking, oh no, it's too small. I cannot pay my bills every month like that. So I need to find something else. So I rushed to a lot of on LinkedIn, and then I apply, but it cost me a lot of energy to write the letters and then send them. It took me hours, of course. And when I received the email back, yes, we don't choose you, I was so happy. Every time I was so happy, because the place where I worked, and I'm still working, that energy is, I feel really, it resonates with me. So then I create storm in myself. And then I was always so happy when I got an email, you are not choose, we don't choose you. And then I always say yes, but I didn't like it, so it's okay. But then I become aware of, I don't know when and how it's happened, but then I got a little light and become aware of why is this for me here in the moment, that my contract is smaller. I didn't find another second job. What is the sign? And then I start with philosophy. That is what I do most of the time when I'm in discomfortable situation. I think that is the perfect how to call it. And then I was philosophy about it. Okay, it's smaller. What do I want? And then after 2-3 weeks after my appendicitis removal, I really couldn't sport then, but after 10 weeks. But I was searching, I have an urban sports thing, so for 10 classes per month. So, but I couldn't sport and being active that way. So I was thinking maybe I can do some yoga or something, because I want to do something. That is what I felt. And then I saw there was a yoga school in Amsterdam. They offer online classes live. And I was feeling, yes, I will do it. I will try it. I will see how it goes. And it was at home. And a couple of months ago, I didn't remember anymore. I bought new yoga mats for myself. So I was thinking, yeah, let's try and give it a try. And then I experience the feeling of being on the mat and practicing yoga during my appendicitis removal recovery. It really helps me to connecting back with my body, and actually also with the pure mind, but also with the not so pure mind, but with the thoughts that interrupt the pure mind, and connecting back with my heart. And then when I was in the little storm of the contract that will be smaller, and just the philosophy part of it, but what do I feel, and what do I want, and also go deeper, why I'm here, because also March 1st my mother got also a surgery, so it was very close to my surgery. There's just 6 weeks in between to remove her second breast, because there was breast cancer again. And my sister and I taking care of her. So and also philosophy, what is really important for me, because I still have only one parent here on the world, that's my mother. I was in recovery. I feel very, very connected to myself on the mat. And before all of this, if you didn't know yet, I'm guiding sound baths. Did last year in Yin Yoga course. So since a couple of months, I'm also a guide in Yin Yoga and also Yoga Nidra. So I already had a schedule created in different studios in Amsterdam. And I was still on that mind of I need to have an office job. But then during the philosophy, it brings me actually another way, to push me another way, because I couldn't find the second job or office job. So what kind of opportunities there are still for me left? Then I become aware I really love it to be on the mat. I experience a lot on the mat. That is also why I want to be guide others through their life paths, practicing on the mat. So, and I am already guiding in studios in Amsterdam. I earn already sort of money with it. And I'm also doing a course for 1-1 treatments with sound healing, so sound healing massage. And then I become aware I have actually everything what I want. So why I want to have more or something like that, to have an extra job. Of course, I need to pay my bills every month, but why I'm not creating a bigger schedule for myself in yoga? as a freelancer and focusing more as a freelancer in yoga, sound healing, sound baths, and later on also with the 1-1 treatments. And I also can do Reiki. So we have a lot of yoga studios in Amsterdam. So instead of applying at office jobs, which I was already, in my mind, it was already not working for me, like from 9 till 5 or 9 to 6 to behind the computer. That wasn't fitting me. I got an error in my mind. So, and during my recovery, I really like it to be outside 4.5 hours, 1 hour to walk through the streets of Amsterdam in the afternoon, taking some tea with my mother. And then I become deeper aware of, 3 years ago, my father passed away. And then I'm also become aware of my life is now at this moment. And people always say, yes, you can use money only one time. But that came in my mind, and then I was thinking, yes, but if you work, you create new money. So it will come back the next month, in the other month, in the other month. But what is there only one time? And that is time. So what I'm record now, it's now. When I say now, it's already the past. So I become aware, how do I want to spend my time in this life path on the planet at this moment? So, and then with everything, to let go of that second office job and creating more and learning more in yoga and sound healing, that was more connecting with me, and maybe taking and put the personal readings also back to read for others. So that was more connecting with me. And then I let go of that mind of that control and having that second office job with me, and then only guide for 3-4 classes per week. But would love to guide more classes per week and being more with my mother than I would be if I have a office job, second office job, and feel the freedom of life in time, but at the end also, of course, financially. When I became aware of that, a lot of heaviness fall down off my shoulders. Then I feel the connection with my heart, my energy, and become aware of this soul path that I'm feeling able to follow that path instead of create a life that's from the mind, or a life that I was creating maybe when I was a teenager, and actually that teenager dream of having that fashionable job in the office, walking with my laptop and stuff like that. I had it already in the past, and I also actually feeling that I was not resonating anymore during applying in other places, not really resonating more with that kind of work. But I still love create content like what I'm doing now, but then now for myself, and how I want to create the content from my vision, what I really love to create and create content. So I will doing that, but then for my platform. So yeah, that was a long story. So that is why how I became aware of my soul pad, and that's all because I got on April 16 this intense pain in my belly and let go of all the control, and had my first surgery ever, my biggest fear in my life, and I went through it. If you don't go through your fear, there is no way to learn and to surrender even more and learn that sometimes it's different than you think before it is. So that was a very big learning. And what I wrote on my vision board was deep cleansing. So I really understand if you listen or watching this video podcast, you really maybe can fall from your couch, because I wrote it already down on my vision board, and it's crazy but in a beautiful way. So my soul knows this already, and actually I felt it also. That is maybe why I wrote that, and I had a lot of experience already with the belly pain in the night, what I told you in the first podcast, with the deep purifying, but it was next level. And actually after my appendicitis removal, I had 2 times I had an sporadical evening on the toilet, also with a lot of throw ups and cleansing the stomach and everything that's from the belly. So hopefully now it's done and I learned my lesson from it. And yeah, if I talking about it, it's really connecting your first 3 chakras. That's all about feeling home, create, feeling safe, and also the mantra I believe. So it is all connecting with each other, and it's crazy but very beautiful. So then I feel myself aligned with everything that came up during my philosophy and my soul pad. And in December, around Christmas, I bought myself already, if you are watching the podcast, this small camera and little mics, because I love create content. So I bought it because it was a good deal, and bought it with the money I earned from the yoga and the sound healing classes. But yeah, not really aware what yeah, of course making content, but how and when and what is the concept and stuff like that. So I bought it, and then yeah, I will see how it goes. And then I think in June become aware of this whole thing, following the feeling that my soul pad, of becoming aware of my soul pad, and then become aware from, oh yeah, I have the cameras. I would love to take other people with me in my journey of this, I would say, slow living life, and in my journey to build my business. Business sounds so corporate, but it is what it is. To build my business from, yeah, maybe scratch. I was already a freelancer in guiding yoga and sound healing, but now building more. Also with the 1-1 treatment that will come, and all the content I would love to create. I have much more ideas to create and to do. Create my business cards, flyers, maybe create some nice events or workshops, that kind of things, to build up from scratch. And taking you with me, and maybe to inspire you and to let you know how I'm on this path from sort of zero and become aware of every step that I'm doing, and also the parts that will be not comfortable and easy, but take you also with me, of course, with all the learnings that will across my path during this business, build up my business and the growth in it. Still feel the freedom in time, and at the end also financially, and to inspire you and maybe help you to calm down. So it was a very big lesson. So I would really love to take you with me on my soul path, in my vlogs, and hopefully now, because there is more time for me to create content, so for my own business, to record maybe weekly, maybe once per 2 weeks or 3 weeks or per month, to record a new podcast. And I've already some ideas for subjects, and maybe create podcasts with you, of course. I think that is also very interesting to listen to other people, their stories, their soul path, how they become the person in their path on earth where they are now, because it's not easy. You have to go through discomfort to be where you are now. So it was a big learning, and now we are in July, just started the last half year of 2025, and I love it to take you with me. And feel free to share something if you want to, and if you have any questions, you can let me know in the comments below here in my YouTube video podcast, or in my mailbox or social media. You are of course very welcome to subscribe on my YouTube channel, so you will receive sign when I upload a new vlog or solo podcast or duo podcast. And so, and also, I said it already in the start of the video podcast, that's solo podcast, that's everything that happens in life, everything you meet in life, in every situation, comfortable situation and discomfort situation, there is something to earn, a lesson to learn. Actually, it's always a lesson to step into your fear, or to take a step closer to love, and maybe open your heart more in different ways. So it's it's intense, it's beautiful at the same time, and it helps you more and more to live grounded, but also really connecting to the higher energy above us, and being aligned with your own pure energy, your soul, and live your life on earth the way, I'm searching for the English words, living your soul path on earth the way how it's meant to be for you, very pure and clean. So I hope maybe I have helped you with this video podcast, or maybe inspired you, and hopefully I will record a new podcast soon for you. You can check out my vlogs already, and I want to thank you for listening and maybe also watching. See you next time. Bye. Namaste.